Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Devotions. Pastor Steve here walking with you in God's Word. We're in Proverbs chapter 20. And officially, if you're watching this on Tuesday, February 6th, we are officially a week away from diving into the serving challenge, 40-day serving challenge. And so while I hope to get all the way through Proverbs, we're not going to be able to get all the way through Proverbs. We'll have to pick that up on the other side of Easter. But in next week, Tuesday, every single day for 40 days, we'll have these daily devotions walking through the serving challenge. So if you're of St. Paul Lutheran Church and School in Boca Raton, Florida, make sure that you're grabbing your serving challenge book so that we can walk together in that way for 5 minutes a day, but also maybe you journaling out in that kind of way. But we are in Proverbs chapter 20 today. And as we went from 18, 19 into 20, we got to see the avoidance of foolishness in 18 and 19. Halfway through 19, we went into this first part. It was part one of dealing with foolishness. So we have avoiding foolishness, being able to have the Lord open our eyes to foolishness, avoiding it, and then as it's always around us, or maybe even sometimes from us, how do we deal with foolishness? We get to see that that's the scope of chapter 20 of the Proverbs. Nice sayings, being able to lead us, open our eyes to the knowledge and fear of the Lord, the discipline of walking by faith and growing in wisdom, but also the understanding of foolishness ever present, ever from us sometimes because of our sin, and being able to have that checked as we walk together in these Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 1. Wine is a mocker and beer a brawler. Whoever is led astray by them is not wise. A king's wrath is like the roar of a lion. He who angers him forfeits his life. It is to a man's honor to avoid strife, but every fool is quick to quarrel. A sluggard does not plow in season, so at harvest time he looks but finds nothing. The purposes of a man's heart are deep waters, but a man of understanding draws them out. Many a man claims to have unfailing love, but a faithful man who can find? The righteous man leads a blameless life. Blessed are his children after him. When a king sits on his throne to judge, he winnows out all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have kept my heart pure, I am clean and without sin? Differing weights and differing measures, the Lord detests them both. Even a child is known by his actions, by whether his conduct is pure and right. Ears that hear and eyes that see, the Lord has made them both. So do not love sleep, or you will grow poor. Stay awake and you'll have food to spare. It's no good, says the buyer. Then off he goes and boasts about his purchase. Gold there is and rubies in abundance, but lips that speak knowledge are a rare jewel. Take the garment of one who puts up security for a stranger. Hold it in pledge if he does it for a wayward woman. Food gained by fraud tastes sweet to a man, but he ends up with a mouth full of gravel. Make plans by seeking advice. If you wage war, obtain guidance. A gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid a man who talks too much. If a man curses his father or mother, his lamp will be snuffed out in pitch darkness. But an inheritance quickly gained at the beginning will not be blessed at the end. Do not say, I'll pay you back for this wrong. Wait for the Lord, and he will deliver you. The Lord detests differing weights, and dishonest scales do not please him. That's come up a couple times, so I just want to dive into that real quickly. Of measurement of food or measurement of goods back then was done by weights and scales. And so dishonest, lying weights and scales is taking from those what they have purchased or what they need. The Lord is not pleased with that. Verse 24, a man's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand his own way? Is it trap for a man to dedicate something rashly and only later to consider his vows? A wise king winnows out the wicked. He drives the threshing wheel over them. The lamp of the Lord searches the spirit of a man. It searches out his inmost being. Love and faithfulness keep a king safe. Through love, his throne is made secure. The glory of young men is their strength. Gray hair, the splendor of the old. Blows and wounds cleanse away evil, and beatings purge the inmost being. Places of wisdom and opening our eyes to foolishness as well. Being disciplined to know the difference and being able to actually see how it's not necessarily right in front of your face. This one, maybe because it convicts me a little too much, because sometimes I have the gift of gab, but a gossip betrays a confidence, so avoid a man who talks too much. It might not seem right on the surface of being able to see that foolishness, but as it continues to go, as it continues to manifest, opening your eyes and being aware and being avoiding, yet dealing with foolishness. Talking too much might not be, right on the surface, the way of the foolish. But as it continues to talk, a lot of times as we continue to go in our own ways and own language, it just is of ourself. This is what that's saying. So be careful. A great warning from the Proverbs in 20 of being able to be warned, right? The foolishness doesn't just pop up real quickly and say, oh yeah, there's foolishness. No, it's subtle. It's the way of man. It's the way sometimes of our sinful heart. So be careful, be warned, right, about foolishness. Because as you walk in that way, it'll just continue to manifest itself in the way of foolishness, in the way away from God. So Spirit of God, open our eyes. Open our eyes to foolishness. Make it an alert for us, but also alert us and put in front of us, awaken us, open our eyes to the way of the Lord. Help us to see what the Lord detests. Help us to see what the Lord puts away from us, takes away from us, so that we may just walk in righteousness, in that righteous way of life, in that walk of faith. Have a blessed day as the Lord wakes you up to this new day, as he awakens you to grace and mercy, and as he alerts you to the way of foolishness. Have a blessed day.